Okay, real talk. You've been trying to save money for, I don't know, maybe 6 months, a year, and you've got like $400 in a savings account, maybe $800 on a good month. And every time you see someone talk about investing, they say stuff like, just put away $500 a month, and you're sitting there thinking, bro, where am I getting $500 a month? And here's the thing that nobody tells you. It's not because you're bad with money. There's actually a real mathematical and psychological reason why getting your first few $1,000s saved feels almost impossible. And it has nothing to do with how hard you work. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why that is, and more importantly, what to do about it. My name is Wesley, and I spend way too much time thinking about the psychology of building wealth. If you're someone who feels like you're doing everything right, but your savings account just won't grow past a certain point, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Let's start with the math, because I think this is where most people get it completely wrong. Here's what most people don't realize. Saving money is not a linear process, it's exponential. And the brutal truth is, the first $5,000 is the steepest part of the curve. Let me give you a real example. Say you make $3,200 a month after taxes. The average American household spends about 93% of their take-home pay, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So that leaves you with roughly $224 a month. That's it. That's your margin. Now, at $224 a month in savings, how long does it take to hit $5,000? That's 22 months, almost 2 years just to hit $5,000. And that's assuming zero emergencies, zero car repairs, zero surprise bills. But here's where it gets really interesting. Once you have $5,000 saved, that same $224 a month gets you to $50,000 in about 12 years, with compound interest doing some of the lifting. The math starts working for you instead of against you. The first $5,000 is purely willpower and discipline. Every dollar after that, the math starts to help. Now, the math explains part of it, but there's also something deeply psychological happening when you try to build that first chunk of savings. Look, there's a concept in behavioral economics called present bias. It basically means our brains are wired to value things that feel good now way more than things that feel good later. And that's not a character flaw, it's evolution. Your ancestors who ate the berry immediately survived. The ones who saved it for later, sometimes they didn't. But here's the problem. In 2026, that same wiring makes you buy the $14 lunch instead of eating what's at home. It makes you upgrade your phone on a payment plan. It makes that $224 savings margin evaporate before the month is over. Now, you might be thinking, Wesley, this is just discipline, right? I just need more self-control. No. Actually, research from behavioral economist Shlomo Benartzi shows that willpower-based saving strategies have an extremely high failure rate. The people who actually build wealth aren't the ones with the most discipline. They're the ones who set up systems that remove the decision entirely. Here's what I really want you to understand. When you're at zero savings, every single emergency is a financial crisis. Your tire blows? That's your whole month. Your kid gets sick? Credit card. The washing machine dies? Debt. And that constant state of financial fragility, it's cognitively exhausting. There's actual research from Princeton showing that financial scarcity consumes mental bandwidths, the equivalent of losing 13 IQ points. You're not making bad decisions because you're irresponsible. You're making bad decisions because your brain is running on fumes from managing financial stress 24/7. This is why the first $5,000 isn't just about money, it's about buying yourself mental space. It's about getting out of survival mode. Every dollar you save is a dollar that stops your brain from having to manage a potential crisis. Okay, so what do you actually do about this? Because I'm not just going to explain your problem and leave you hanging. Step 1. Stop treating savings like what's left over. You have to pay yourself first. The moment your paycheck hits, $50, $75, $100, whatever you can do, moves automatically to a separate account, not your checking account, somewhere with a little friction to get to. I'm talking about a high-yield savings account at a completely different bank. Step 2. Find your one big leak. Most people have one subscription, one habit, one recurring expense that's quietly destroying their margin. Audit your last 30 days of bank statements. It's usually hiding in plain sight. Step 3, and this is the one people skip, celebrate $500. Seriously. Most savings advice talks about the first $1,000 as an emergency fund, but I want you to celebrate $500 because that's real progress, and your brain needs evidence that this is working. The dopamine hit from celebrating a milestone makes you more likely to keep going. Here's the analogy I use. Saving your first $5,000 is like pushing a boulder up a hill. It's brutal the whole way up, but once you crest that hill, the same boulder rolls. That's compound interest. That's momentum. That's what everyone else is experiencing while you're still at the bottom wondering why it feels impossible. Look, if you're sitting at $200 saved right now, you are not behind. You are exactly at the hardest point of the entire journey. The math is working against you, the psychology is working against you, and somehow you're still here, still trying. That actually puts you ahead of most people who gave up. The first $5,000 is not a savings goal. It's a transformation. It's the moment you go from financial survival to financial momentum. And once you get there, once you feel what it's like to have a real cushion, you will never want to go back. So start today, not next paycheck, not next month, today. Even if it's $25, because the version of you that hits $5,000 in savings started with one automated transfer they almost talked themselves out of. If this video helped you see your finances differently, drop a comment below telling me where you're at right now. 0, 500, 2,000? No judgment. I genuinely want to know. And if you haven't already, subscribe. Every week I put out videos that help you understand money the way schools never taught you. I'll see you in the next one.